Name of that song is Vote Number 2. The song we normally listen to is Vote Number 1. This is another song by John Lawrence out in Florida. We appreciate him tremendously for providing us with the music. And I just love his style, baby. He's got different. He's got it going on, baby. Anyway, how y'all doing, baby? It is indeed Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and I'm glad everybody's here. Anyway, Randy Peterson was the first one to jump in. Woo, pig, buddy. Stephanie Dean is here. I guess Jay is somewhere around there. Jeanette Miller is here. Gary Spring all the way up Canada. Michael Johnson's in the room. Deborah Douglas all the way from Oregon. Thank you very much for being here. Charles Stokel, Ben Salem, Pennsylvania. And he ain't got to write it in there because I know now. Anyway, Dorothy Tyndall's here. Gene Shanky. Bruce Preston. Thank you. My neighbor, Tracy Tobias. Oh, how I wish. Dwayne Dwizzle's here. How you doing, bub? That smart-ass squaw's with us. Michael Falbister's here. Amanda Elliott. Let me see. Ginger's Rancho. Hello, Virginia. How you doing, baby? So proud of you for using your voice all the time, baby. BW's here. My buddy out in California, Greg Talbert. How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Let me see here. Who else? Nancy Halverson is here. Donnie Ware. Jerry Wallace. Hey, buddy. Jerry's been with us a long time. And I appreciate him. Suzanne Jarrett, thank you for being here. Blue Dot Dusty, thank you, Rose. Let's see. Everybody's here. Mark Perkins and the PC of A, the Patriotic Citizens of America. That's us, baby. Bonnie Madrigal, thank you for being here. Let me see. Wendy Carmini, thank you for being. Let me jump on down here before I get lost. Teresa Diggum is here, thank goodness, and let me see, who else is here? Everybody's here. Keating Williams is here. We appreciate it. And there's our buddy Bill Jones. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, what's going on, baby? Well, we're fixing to find out a little bit anyway. The big news coming out, baby, is that they're gonna release the redacted version of the affidavit that the Department of Justice used to justify the search warrant on Donnie's property down in Mar-a-Lardo. And Donnie's been screaming, release it, release it, release it. Excuse me. But when they had the opportunity to do such in court, not so much. Donnie really doesn't want it released. He'd like to see it just so he could see all the information in it. But he wants to be able to holler and scream about how he's been so maligned and they're attacking him and it's a witch hunt and all that kind of bullshit. He'd rather whine about it. But the judge came down today and accepted the Department of Justice's redactions on the documents. So the judge says, okay, so by tomorrow at noon, it should be out there for all of us to read. And damn right, I'm going to read it because I don't know how much we're going to be able to get out of it. Not much, I'm sure, because the judge also accepted the reasonings for the redactions being protecting the investigation, protecting witnesses, not letting people that are fixing to get charged with a crime know they're fixing to be charged with a crime. It's a litany, and the judge accepted it. And Donnie's got to be sweating a little bit more every day. But Donnie's not going anywhere. Donnie's still trying to raise his army. Darn it, that reminded me of a story. I just read it now. Anyway, the National Archives has put out a pretty good timeline of the efforts they took trying to get the documents out of Donnie's house down there, and evidently it went on for quite a while. And Patrick Barron said he just read the 9 pages. I have not seen it yet. Is it already out? Darn, not Tuesday, John. Oh, shit. Are you shitting me? Hell yes, it's Thursday. It's not Gene Shanky. Thank you very much, baby. I said Tuesday when I opened the damn show. Yeah. Boy, howdy shit, I can't even get my days right. That's all right. They all blend together nowadays, the bullshit that's going on. Anyway, well, that threw me for a loop. Boy, howdy, I don't even know what the hell day it is. Let's get somebody's ass in here to save me, because obviously I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hell, I don't even know what day it is. Let's see if we can get DJ up here to talk to us. DJ, how are you? Do you know what day it is, brother?
Hey, it's Thursday, but you know what, John?
What?
I went to bed last night at 8 o'clock, and I didn't get up till 5 o'clock today. So
5 o'clock this afternoon?
Yeah, I had an infected tooth and high fever, and the doctor gave me antibiotics, and I hit the bed last night and didn't wake up till really wake up until 5 p.m. today. So
boy, howdy shit. I went to bed last night at about 11. I think I woke up somewhere around 4 o'clock this morning. Tossed and turned a little bit. Tried to go back to bed. Ended up just getting up at 6 and start the day.
Yeah, well, I want to thank my wife for taking care of the dogs all day long.
Oh, there you go.
Appreciate that.
Well, I hope she heard that. Show your appreciation.
Yeah, she said she did. She's behind me.
Good. Miss you, chick. How are you, darling?
I'm good, John. I caught that Tuesday thing. It's, it's been a long week.
Yes, it has, baby, and it's been just full of excitement and things. I got a big old, man, my arm is just, it's hurting. I got a big...
Did they poke you full of holes?
They tried to. Jeez, but I slipped in some mud out here and I screwed up my hip now. Ain't it wonderful?
Whoa.
It's just one day after another. And that's what I just told Marcia. Parts is parts. Are you shitting me? Pick a part. It hurts. What do you do? What do? You keep going. She knows me. I don't do anything easy.
You take Tylenol before you go to bed. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That's the best I got. What's going on up in Michigan?
Well...
Who is the Republican running for governor up there?
Tudor Dixon, which is a female.
Yes, she is.
She is a MAGA.
Big time.
And I do not like her at all. No, I do not,
no,
Sam.
She's in the news. She came out with a statement, and I read it earlier. Right now, I'm just trying to recall in my head. She made a statement about something, and it's up in the news about how jackass.
Was it about abortion? Probably.
It may have been, because that's the key issue that the Republicans are trying to deflect from that.
Right.
It's they know it's in the people's forefront of people's mind.
I know the thing you're talking about, and I can't remember the exact quote. Something to do with if someone was 14 years old, yes, they would have to have that baby, and it would bring them together, or something like that.
The stories that we're seeing in across the nation with tragedies of stories that of young women that have been forced to carry a child that is already not viable, and the heartbreak that involves. Those stories have been going across this country, and people don't like that.
No.
And where it's being put on the like in Kansas, when they put it on the ballot, baby, the Kansas women stood up and said, "Yep, this is what we want." And in the rest of the areas, it's not up to, they're not putting it on the ballot, but they know it's Tudor Dixon.
Tudor Dixon.
Tudor Dixon, yes.
What's a name like that? I don't know.
We're looking good, though. We're looking better every freaking day.
In Michigan, she's behind by 5 points at least.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I'm happy.
And let me see what's Michigan, Ohio, Virginia.
I think I looked up 538. Yeah, on 538, she was pretty far behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a story about redistricting. Y'all just recently had some redistricting up in Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's caused a problem a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of confusing because they took quite a while to do it, and it was sort of citizen-led.
Right.
So they had like 12 different maps, and they had to narrow it down. It took forever. And I still haven't quite figured it. I mean, it's not so bad up here. It didn't change that much up where I am, but downstate, it's got to be a mess.
Right.
Anywhere near any of the cities.
Hey, David Robinson, I just seen him poke in there. My buddy Badass. Hope everything's going well in the family. Take care of yourself, brother. Miss you. Anyway, one of the Blue Dots I've had the pleasure of meeting. So, and
John,
Meanwhile-
did you read the art? Did you read the? I apologize. Did you read the article about the representative? I guess he is from North Carolina, and how he regrets voting for the Anti-Abortion Act
yes,
in the
I
state
did.
of.
I saw him talking on TV.
Boy, that's a heck of an article.
That's a result of exactly what we're talking about. The stories that we're seeing coming out across this nation, heartbreaking stories. Are you shitting me? Stories, you know, that go beyond the pale. When you're forcing a woman to carry an unviable
babies
baby,
shouldn't be having babies.
no. Did you hear that little bit? God damn it! I hope you did.
Yeah, a little bit. I oughta.
I ought to go out there and kick every one of the males on my porch. Yeah, abortion's front and center. Rovember, baby, that's the nickname for it, and that's the issue that is in the background of every. I think Joe Biden's kicking off his political season this tonight somewhere.
Speaking of Joe.
Speaking of Joe, what's up?
Speaking of Joe, well, I'm watching the backlash already because you knew that was going to happen on the whole college loan thing.
Right.
The
country's pretty well split on that. There are a lot of people.
And I understand it. Because there's always the ones that say, "Hey, what about me?
What about me?" Ism, a lot of it.
And I feel that pain. I really do.
Well,
I also tried to look up the numbers. There's we're talking about Pell Grants. These aren't people that went to a bank and got a loan or did it that way.
I think the Pell Grants are going to get a $20,000 reduction if you had a Pell Grant.
Yeah.
Pell Grant.
But there was like 27 million Pell Grants, I think, that they were talking about.
I think that's somewhere around
and
that number.
Of the 27 million, approximately 66% of those people were at like a $30,000 a year income level, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge amount.
That is.
66%. Those are the ones that are probably going to get that higher amount.
Yeah.
And then it goes down from there.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to say that here's the way I feel about it, and that is that I pay taxes, and if my taxes go to pay my daughter's student loans off, I'm happy with it, because I had to pay off all my own student loans and take reductions for teaching in the inner city. So I'm happy to give her a head start and not burden her with those student loans. So I'm paying taxes, so I don't feel bad. I'm paying taxes into the system that's going to help her student loans. So, I can see where people are going to gripe about it, bitch about it, because they don't have kids and they are paying their taxes in. Well, hey, I'm paying my real estate taxes in to send all the kids to high school where I live, and I don't have any kids in high school. It's part of the burden of being in a democracy.
Well, Sonia, see, you're going to get about a $20,000 reduction on your student loan, because from what I read.
I hope she does. I don't know.
I hope so.
All I know is we borrowed.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go
Here's
ahead.
where I was getting at. It wasn't so much all of that. That's wonderful. Or, there's arguments on both sides. It's the timing of this was kind of poor, I think. I don't know. And it's not quite enough.
It didn't go far enough, in my opinion.
Moving forward, it should be about how can we work it out so that everybody has the same opportunity to a higher education without going through this whole process of going in debt.
I'm all for that. I wish they had free higher education for everybody.
I think Media Man 6, I think a minute ago, made the point that student loans like that, it should not have interest. Shouldn't have interest on that. You're trying to.
Mine was 6%. I don't know what they are now. When I went to college in the 60s, they were 6%.
It varies. It depends on who you're getting your loan from, but it varies. It can be as high as
I heard the average
14.
student loan payment is around $300. Now you start throwing a $300 payment for your student loan on top of your rent, your bills, your groceries, your gas. and with wages the way they are, although they've gone up, still there's a majority of our workforce still working on hourly wage, and it's hard to make ends meet on that. You know.
Well,
They,
and then
they
the
missed one big
inflation.
thing. I apologize. They missed one big thing so far, and that is help with daycare. And the reason I'm bringing this up is my daughter has student loans. Her husband has student loans.
Yeah.
He works, so they're paying them. There's no problem there. But my daughter, because
Well, they're lucky.
she was the criminal justice, going to go into criminal justice, but because they have children now, she's teaching at a preschool, because that gives her like an 80% reduction in the amount she has to pay at the preschool. She's getting peanuts for wages, and she can't go work in the real world at what she really wanted to do, because if she did, she'd lose that money anyway to the preschool
To
people.
the preschool. Yeah, it's a
Right.
catch-22
Right.
situation for a whole lot of people. Go ahead, Miss Chick.
Well, I was thinking about the problem earlier. No, I don't have all the fixes, but for me, it kind of made sense. See, I never went to college myself. I didn't have the money, and I didn't want to go into the loan situation because I was unsure of what I wanted to do, and I thought,
Right.
yeah, I don't think so. It's not going to work for me. And what I was thinking was that, because one of the complaints you're going to hear is, well, some of these people, went to college and they're not doing anything with it, and la la la, and whatever. Why should they get free, loan payback or whatever?
Right.
Why don't we rethink the way we start out our college situation? How
Here's
about
a novel idea.
you sign up to go for 4 years? If you complete your 4 years, your education's paid for. If you don't, then you pay for it.
There are a lot
Does that
of,
make sense?
public service is another option that should be more widely used. If you agree to public service, like if you go into the nursing and you agree to work in a
Yep.
in a
There are
clinic
a lot of
somewhere,
those programs
a lot
already.
of programs like
existing.
that.
That's basically what I was in. I was in a public service program where if I taught within an inner city district, I would get 15% a year off of my loans.
Well, I'm not a college
I was
graduate.
doing public service.
I've taken plenty of college courses thanks to the Army, who paid for the tuition and my room and board and everything else while I was there. But I in my thought, and I've said this before, we have to realize where we are in the moment of time, and we are. I just got done watching on TV a minute ago. They're fixing to launch that big old ass rocket up to the moon, baby. And it's huge. This thing is massive. I want to see this liftoff. And in the pure prospects of going back to the moon and eventually building a moon base there and eventually launching from there to Mars. I mean, the possibilities are endless. The exploration and everything. But that requires a high degree of education to try to get these magnificent things accomplished. But at the same time, we have to, we're not going to get to Mars in time, baby. We're not going to have a moon base on the moon or a Mars base before this planet is in deep doo-doo. So we have
It already is.
Yeah, it already is.
Yeah.
We're sliding into it. We've seen indications of that all over the place. So the crises are mounting. And,
Well,
when
yeah,
it's at
humans
40
ruin
degrees
everything.
in Greenland, when it's at 40 degrees at the top, 14,000 feet or something of the mountain, and the ice is all melting off the mountain, that's a pretty drastic change.
there have been some massive glaciers that just aren't there anymore. They're gone.
Glacier National
Yeah.
Park, most of them are gone.
Most of them are gone. So
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I was there in the 70s. I saw them all. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it ain't
Well,
there.
some things can't be undone. I mean, damage
Yeah.
is damage.
No.
But
No, we can't reverse the clock.
Not without another ice age.
But we damn sure better get our shit together and start doing something about the environment, because if not, it's not going to kill us. We're old. We're going to dive whatever we're going to dive down, but our kids, our grandchildren, and our
But we are
families.
the cancer, John. We are the cancer.
We are the cancer.
We're the cause.
We're the fleas.
We're the cause.
Yeah.
And it's how we go about in our consumerism.
Every day, baby. Every day.
We
Yeah.
don't live our lives in a in a manner that just we consume more than we really
We
need
do.
to,
We do.
and
We
overuse.
waste so much
Yeah.
in this nation
We
that
do.
it's really ridiculous. We could do so much better.
It's not
In the
just
'70s.
it's not just us. It's the world in general.
The world in general, but we're pretty bad at it, baby. And,
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
we're
thing our
up
legislators know
there.
how to do is spend money, but not always in
Well,
the right way.
we all need to go to California. They just have, they're in 2035, they're banning sales of all
Yes, I saw
gasoline
that. They're
cars.
banning all gas-powered cars by 2035. That's an ambitious schedule there.
I hope
Yeah.
it gets
It's-
somewhat done.
Oh, I'm sure the
May not get it
Republicans
all, but hope so.
Yeah, Republicans.
You know, they're going to
that shit.
grandfather in existing cars, but existing cars are eventually going to fail and go to the
Damn.
junkyard.
Kay Allen says in the UK, right outskirts of London, roofs and stuff are catching on fire from. Where'd it go? Roofs and fields
Wow.
are spontaneously combusting due to the heat. I can believe that shit. It's hot as hell. It's been hot. We got rain today. Thank goodness. Oh, my Lord. I felt like going outside and dancing. Or you
It
shouldn't.
thunderstormed here. We got heavy rain.
We're still burning. It was in the 90s today.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got called today. Well, I got 2 phone calls. I talked to Tammy Ames today, our own Nana Lovely. I got a little video of her landing in Hawaii. So she is indeed ready to have a good time, and I hope she just has a fantastic time. She let me know what she sent me, because somebody here at the house has to be 21 years or older to sign for what's coming. And, oh, well, that fits everybody in this house, but if somebody wants to Google what it is, it's a wine, and it's called 19 Crimes. And yes, you have to download an app to be able to enjoy the wine. And I think she said she's going to send me a nice infidel. And so, yeah.
It sounds familiar. I think I've seen that.
Yeah,
before.
if you Google 19 Crimes, I guess it's about what it says. 19 crimes. It's 19 of the most, I guess, weirdest or top crimes in the picture of the criminal is on the bottle of wine, and I don't know what the store can. One of them is Snoop Dogg. One of them is Snoop Dogg. So look back at your history, see what Snoop Dogg did, because it's going to be on a bottle of wine. And so I'm looking in the chat to see if anybody looked it up. Snoop Dogg is Justin on the bottle on one of them. I'm looking to see
Snoop
which
Dogg
one.
is the first one I saw. I just looked
Snoop
it up.
Dogg, yeah. He's the first one you see. Really? 19 crimes. Which one,
Yeah.
Snoop? Which one?
Let me go back and I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And then I got a call I'm looking forward to next week, baby. I got a call from Donna
He gets a
Bonacosi.
California Red.
And Donna Bonacosi, she sent me a little picture there of the tracking number of the package. And what I know of that package is that it's got something in there for Mama, for me, for the boys, for Rose, for the dogs, for the cats, for the bird, and for the donkey. She covered all the bases, baby. So
Snoop Dogg is the Cali Red. C-A-L-I, Cali Red.
Oh, it's a red wine?
I assume that's California.
Yeah, California red
It's
wine.
a Cali Red.
Yeah. I'm getting a white Zinfandel, I think is what it is, or a Zinfandel.
Yeah.
I don't know what that. Rosé.
I think I need the 7 Deadly Sins.
The
Zin
Sin-
with a Z, Zinfandel Red.
Zinfandel red. There you go. I'm looking forward to it. I'll tell you what, Tammy Ames I'd love to spend a week with that lady. She has got to be a kick in the butt. She really does. She's something else. I live vicariously through her. Oh look. Oh man, are you shitting me? Let it ding up there before I read this. I see the little chat that came across. We just heard from Nana Lovely, and she's in Hawaii. And yes, she's enjoying herself. And yes, she's watching us from the beach. Are you shitting me? Come on, ding.
It didn't ding.
It didn't ding. Oh,
There's no
man,
dinging.
there's no ding. Travis, I got to get him to fix my ding. First, let me thank Timothy Silva Jr., who came in with a $5 donation and said the Democratic victory in New York's 19th district begins the momentum we need. Dems continue running up these numbers, they will retain the House. Yes, sir, I saw that. That was unexpected, that little Democrat gain in New York's 19th district. So we picked up a Republican seat, baby. Excuse me. And our own Nana Lovely, Tammy Ames, sitting on the beach in Hawaii, just came in with a $2 donation, and she said, yes, I'm enjoying myself. I hope so, baby. I offered to carry her bags, but damn it, she got on the plane without me. I just, she's a story amongst herself. I have so many thoughts going through my head. No, I can't say everything I know, but just Maria Betancourt says, Nana, what time is it in Hawaii now? Oh, wait, I don't know. She must be on, she's on, probably on Facebook, on YouTube, I think. Donna Badicosi's in Facebook jail. Good girl.
Somebody has to be there.
Yeah. Let me see. Pat Ryan was supposed to lose by 8 points, but win with 2.2 points. Boy, howdy. Alan Roberts in New Mexico City, Vegas has under 30 days left to drink. Oh, drinking water. Yeah. Alarm bells have been ringing, baby. Yeah, no shit, Kay Allen. I'm just catching some of the chat as it going by. She says, by the way, when right-wing nut jobs complain about the student debt relief, ask them about their PPP loans that were forgiven. C. Miller,
Yeah.
right Republican of West Virginia, who was forgiven $30 million in loan.
Yes.
There is there's going to be a bunch of new agents, they say. And I think part of it is going to be because they have a big backlog of investigations into the PPP loans.
I can imagine they do.
It was an open program. You want money? You got a business? Come in and get some. That's all it was, baby. And so yeah, they're going to start tracking back and looking at some of these people that got loans and seeing exactly what they did with the money. It was supposed to be used for your business, and if you didn't use it for that, well, you might be in a little trouble.
I'm going to back up and read a couple Facebook comments here too.
Go ahead.
Carol Gillens, back to the school thing, said, make technology schools like public schools. We need more people in many jobs that are not computer jobs. She's right there.
Yeah.
Gene Shanky,
Hey, Gene.
back to climate stuff, said the indigenous American Indians knew how the life was nature and were peaceful for the most part. They didn't take as
we
much
didn't
as
listen to this. We didn't listen to the advice. Nah, are you shitting me? It was a long. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Yeah, we just
Hey,
brush
John.
them aside. They know how to live.
Yeah, I can't do that. What's that, DJ? Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I've been looking at land in Hawaii for a long time now, but I haven't won the lottery to go. But I have found some lots on different islands for $25,000. I think you and Marcia, me and my wife, ought to split. There's 2 lots right across the road from each other. Each one's $24,900. Buy those and we'll retire to Hawaii.
It's an
Wouldn't
island.
that be nice? It's
It's
on
an island.
I won't be able
with
to
a
drive
volcano.
anywhere.
It's not on the main island. It's on one of the lesser islands.
Oh, I've been to Hawaii.
I know, it makes you
I have
think,
been to
doesn't it?
Hawaii, but it was many, many, many years ago. It was back in the 70s. So I imagine things have changed a bit. But
This is on one of the lesser populated islands.
on one of the smaller islands.
Smaller islands, right.
Or the big island. Hawaii.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you. It is
Yeah.
on. I'll spell it because
My
I
thing
don't know if
didn't.
I can pronounce it. ANUHEA Volcano, Hawaii County, Hawaii.
Yeah, there's that word.
I don't know what that was. Is that
Volcano. I don't know
Yeah.
where I'm going to go when the volcano blows. Let me thank Timothy, who just came in with a $10 donation. Timothy, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate it very much, very much. As a matter of fact.
So Justin wants you to know that Martha Stewart is on one of those 19 crimes bottles too.
Really? Martha Stewart?
What flavor, Justin?
I don't think they're talking
Tell us
about
which
like
flavor.
the worst murderers of the world. I think these are crimes of celebrities, or we got Snoop
Crimes
Dogg
of-
and we got Martha Stewart.
Crimes of humor. I don't.
Yeah, crimes that make you laugh your ass off or something.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see which one I get. Yeah, she sent me a message saying that somebody 21 or over has to be able to be here to sign for it. So, yeah, nice bottle of wine, one that talks to you. Who don't want a wine that talks to you? I mean, verbally talks to you.
Oh, I don't know about that.
See,
I don't
it's
think I
an
want my bottle
interactive
talking.
label. You have to have the
I
app.
was kind of afraid to look because I had some things expunged off my record. You know?
Would it be? Well, let's not go into what it would be.
No,
All
it would
mine,
be lesser
all
crimes, but
mine
probably
were-
about
were-
the same as Snoop Dogg.
all
but
mine were
lesser than
expunged
the other
when I
guy.
became 18 years old, I guess. All my trouble I had when I was young. But I did enough of it. I did plenty of it. And I paid a heavy price
too.
for it, too. And that was enough to, I'm 69 years old now. I can look back at my whole life and say, if I had not gone into the institution that they put me in, buddy, I was on the road with a bunch of guys that was just, we was headed for higher adventures, meaning the state prison, not just a training institution for boys. Yeah. No, because two of the guys I used to hang around with ended up in Angola. And Angola's not a place you want to be in Louisiana. So I'm glad not glad that I went through the experience. I'm glad it changed my life when it did. I knew then and there I did not want to be cross with the law again. And,
Yeah, John, whenever I used to get stopped when I was a teenager, and we used to get stopped by the cops for various things, they would always ask everybody their names and shine those big cop flashlights in their eyes.
Look you right
And they'd look at me, and every time they stopped us, they go, "Oh, the hell, we know who he is."
Yeah.
They knew me. All the cops knew me.
Well, here's the problem I had. Normally, if I got into trouble, there would be one particular officer on the scene, and that would be my dad.
Oh.
So, yes, my father stood next to me in court the day I was sentenced, and I was sentenced to 6 months in Louisiana Training Institution for Boys, and I turned that into almost 2 years.
At least he stood by you. That was nice, really good. I mean,
could have got out in 6 months, but oh hell no, John don't do a damn thing easy. I had to learn the hard way, but no, it did. Well, I tell people that was when I went in '67. That was before reform came to reform school. There was no reform going on except your ass was working the fields 20 damn hours a day. You know,
a nasty place.
A nasty place and a good place to get your ass beat every day.
I had two cops, what do you call it, narcs, that every time I would go out, they would arrest me and hold me, but they never caught me and with anything they could charge me with. Well, and they would, every time, I'd walk down the street and they'd be following me.
Yeah. Well, I had problems. I had problems with attitude and stuff.
Well, speaking of the system, did you see what happened in Uvalde?
They fired
I heard about that.
Pete Arredondo.
Yes.
Finally. Finally. Let me say that again. Finally. How long's it been? And every day that he's remained there has been an insult to the parents of the kids that were lost that day. An insult. Yeah. Every day he stayed on this shit. And the answer, we still haven't got all the answers. But there are no answers. What are the answers to over 300 officers on the scene and an hour goes by? While you're hearing shots in there, by the way. There's no excuse. There's nothing that you can offer these parents except for the accountability. Arredondo should never serve in another damn police department. Are you shitting me? You showed who you were. You showed who you were.
My brother was a retired sergeant in a police department near where I lived in Michigan, and he went in and took down a guy who was naked in an apartment, second floor apartment, and had a shotgun, and he was threatening everybody who came in there. My brother went in there by himself before backup got there and took the guy down.
That's a rough call.
And I'm saying that's
naked,
what it is. Yeah, he was naked. He's running around naked, and my brother went in there.
No, just
so
kidding.
Anyway, my point is that if you're a cop, either you have the courage to do it or you don't have the courage to do it. Okay, you don't worry about yourself. You don't worry about your life. You go in and you take down the criminal.
Isn't that the job you sign up for?
Right. That's exactly what you sign up for.
If you're in that position, you don't have any choices in the matter. And they had enough officers on the scene there, they could have stacked both fucking doors and entered. Period. You stack the door and you go in. And they did not do that. And it cost heavily.
But in other news, did you see what happened in Oklahoma?
What happened in Oklahoma?
Well, in Oklahoma, they're going to start executing one person a month for the next 2 years.
Yeah, they're going to kick it in gear. Yeah, they put out a list of them.
They started today.
They gave the first one today.
Supposedly they did one today.
Yeah, Texas tries to keep up.
Oh,
believe me. Oh
too.
Man, yeah. Down here in Texas, if there's so many witnesses to your, crime of murder or something like that, they'll put you in the fast lane, baby. You'll get there real quick. Let me send out another thank you to our own Lana Lovely, who came in with $5 and said, "Me and my friend." Now, see, I wasn't going to tell all the stories. I told y'all I know things like, I don't know if she said, "Me and my friends had our own amusement park. LOL. Hashtag Cloud9. I'm going to leave that laying right there. Yes, when she was younger, I think she said the ages of, 11 or so, that where Tammy was, there was an amusement park, and they kind of took it over. That's like me. What really got me sent up, a series of things that got me put on probation, got me in trouble, fights and different little stuff. The thing that really set me over the top was not a violent crime or anything. It was me and some friends got hold of a crane, what they call a drag line, out in the middle of the forest here. They're digging a big pit there to make a lake, make a subdivision around there and stuff. And well, there's a crane right there. And hey, do you think we can get it started? Why, fuck yeah, you can get it started. Anyway, it proceeded to go downhill from there. And I knew I was in trouble when they called. I thought I was a cocky little thing walking to the police station. Hey, we want to talk to you. Okay, I'll come in there and talk to you. Walked in the door, and there's a great big plaster Paris imprint of the shoes that are on my feet.
Oh.
Well,
busted.
I guess I do remember me being there.
And your name's not Bigfoot either.
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't acting like I am right here, but no, I knew right then. Yep. And again, my dad's outside in the hallway, and this is not looking good.
With the technology they had even back then, they could catch you.
Yeah.
Think about now.
You always thinking, oh, yeah, they got a plaster Paris and a footprint. Sure they do. Oh, yeah, they did. And my shoe went right in it. And, yeah, that's how, no big major crime, but some property damage that got me sent up. And Louisiana training is, I was just talking to Tammy Ames about this. And here's the story I told her because of something she said. I responded by the fact that where I was a large institution of thousands of kids. And the sad thing is they ranged from very young, who were there because of they were abandoned or orphans, and they mixed in with a whole lot of, because kids up to 18 that were in there for some bad shit. Anyway, once a year, right around Thanksgiving time, they would take a select number of us, load us up on buses, and drive us damn well all the way across the state of Louisiana down to Alexandria, and that is where SIS was. That is the state school for girls. If you take several hundred boys that haven't seen a girl in a year, and you take several hundred girls that ain't seen a boy in a year, and you put them in a big gymnasium for a dance, well, There are some memories.
The Holy Ghost is not going to be
live
there,
forever
John.
in my head.
The Holy Ghost is not going to be there.
No,
They used to put
no.
balloons between them.
Yeah,
between
no,
the couple.
they didn't have enough people. And the sad thing is, here's was the opening to the first one I went to, and they have us on separate sides of the stadium. There's all the girls over there, there's all the boys over here, and right in the middle was a great big piñata. This turned out not to be a great idea. They broke that piñata, and all those girls started running towards the center. All them boys started running towards the center, and I don't think anybody was grabbing candy. It was really something to see. But this, like, again, 1967, 68. It was a long, long time ago.
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking? I'll tell you. Yeah, that little. Yeah.
Now you know why I sent my daughter to a religious school.
Smart ass squad just said my 5th grade teacher. We're just going down memory lane here, folks. We'll get back to politics in a little bit. It's all related. Says smart ass squad said my 5th grade teacher always picked on me for no reason. For no reason. Of course, no reason. And would hit my knuckles with a ruler. One day I took it away from her and stopped myself from hitting her, and she left me alone the rest after that. My last story, and I'll make this one quick, was, okay, I got through reform school, finally got my ass out, and what am I going to do? Well, I'm going back to school, man. I'm going to get an education. I'm going to make something of myself. The reputation I had, the reputation I had coming out of reform school, when I tried to re-enter high school, put a target on my back. And I got accused of doing something that I did not do. Somebody lit off firecrackers in the boys' room, and they called me to the fucking office. I didn't do it. Wasn't nowhere around. But I just got out of reform school and didn't know it. And anyway, the principal pulled out this great big old paddle, and I had been beaten enough in the last several years, so I not so politely told him if he wanted me to use that thing on his fucking head, I would, and I quit, and went to work in the shipyards until I was old enough to join the Navy, and then I straightened
the rest is history.
The rest, as they say, is history. Anyway.
Speaking of education, I'm going to back up again.
Okay.
Because Scott.
Yeah, let's get back on the.
Scott Adams from Facebook.
Uh-huh.
He said, what is the goal here? More, better, and less expensive education? What better outcomes could we get from spending $500 billion in different ways? In my opinion, 1, interest-free loans. 2, cap which loans come interest-free based on the value of the education, forcing education organizations to get their costs down to that level, or their students wouldn't qualify for zero-interest loans for their institutions. 3, tuition-free junior colleges. And 4, cancel all interest on current student loans backward and forwards. They must pay back the principal.
You know,
he's thought this out really well.
Yes, he has. He
one
put a lot of thought
caveat.
to it.
Thank you for that, Scott.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
DJ.
One caveat. You don't always do as a profession what you were trained to do. And I'm one of those people who didn't. I was trained in psychology and biology. And when I graduated, I came out, unfortunately, that wonderful president that we have that used to ride the wagon train down through Death Valley, canceled all the money for teaching in the areas I was in. So I had to go into information systems. And after a couple of years in information systems, I was able to get a teaching job teaching information systems. But the teaching was so bad under Reagan that we had professors who were coming down from universities because he had canceled all the money for tenure, and they were taking all the jobs at the community college where I was working, and they threw me out of work. So, hey, the caveat is
you don't always
end up doing what the economy dictates.
You end up
whatever the economy dictates.
That's right. You take the job that's available to you if it's not in your field.
Even if it's not in your field.
It's not. I'm sorry, I didn't catch who. Uh, Bill says I'm buffering, and it very well could be. We have rain in the area, and I see my little thing turning red. We somebody said that we can't judge what educations are good, what educations are bad, something along that lines. And yet that's right, because there are a lot of people that need higher education in the physical trades, not just high school. You need more precise thing in the physical trades. Don't walk across the keyboard. Let's stay over here. You want to go see babies, go that way. And but it relates in my mind to what I was speaking about the other day when I was talking about. I read this article about the quality of education. We are not the top of the list in the world anymore about the education that we provide to our students. There's countries, France, the Netherlands, other countries, Germany, that have a higher level of education systems in their country. And how that relates to us is, if the article I read was about if you have, I don't want to say dumber doctors, but less educated doctors, people die. If you have less educated engineers, buildings fall down. You have to have, it's the quality of the education. And nowadays, it seems to me like a lot of the education is get in there, push your ass through, give you a diploma, get your ass out the other way. You'll learn along the way, don't worry about it. And we don't pursue the quality of the education as much as we want to just provide a streamline. And how many ads do you see a day for college courses or something nowadays? But the college courses that are now, back when we were young, tuition was what? $50, $75, $100, maybe $200 a semester at most. Nowadays,
I think mine was $250.
Yeah. Now what it is, thousands, baby, thousands.
And we're talking the University of Missouri,
changed.
so that was a full university. The University of Missouri with $250 a semester.
My thought on higher education is community college. I think community colleges should be free, just like high school. It's like you graduate high school, okay, you're going right to college. Let's get it going. If you're not wanting to pursue a college degree, but you want to pursue something in the trades, then there should be an avenue for that, to teach the trades, because we need those people trained. We need people college educated. We need people trained in the trades, and that's what our society demands nowadays. That's how come high school is free, because we said, well, you got to have a high school diploma. We're going to teach you all the way to 12th grade. After that, you're on your own. Good luck. We need to do better in that group. And we have.
Yeah, I agree with you, John.
We have the capability of it.
Community college should be free, because it's the logical next step to be free, because you can't get a job hardly anymore without a community college degree at least.
Well, don't we want a more educated workforce, again, whether you're talking about the trades or whether you're talking about computer sciences? We want the expertise to be increased. We want them to be trained, whatever there is, to the highest degree possible, because they provide the services that we use, whether it be a doctor, an engineer, or the guy that fixes your car.
A lot of the kids that I taught went on to go to medical school.
Yeah. Oh, nothing.
Some of them I don't think I would ever use as a doctor, but most of them got in.
I'm blind, Sandman. Sandman, I just now saw your hand up there. I don't know how long it's been up, but how are you doing, Sandman?
Great. I hope everybody's doing great.
Oh,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. We can hear you.
Okay. Let me talk about we presenting this wrong about the college debt free. We're presenting this wrong because we're already paying for this. Our taxes are not going up. People need to realize that this is the corporations. They need to start paying 70% like they were when we were building highways in this country.
Oh, you're talking about the upper echelon wealthy paying more. Yes, they used to pay 70, 80, 90%.
They're the ones that's
they don't do that anymore.
Being taxed for this year.
Right now, they're
the tax rate is 15%.
The Republicans are bitching like crazy because we just put in a 15% minimum corporate tax on the reduction bill.
Inflation bill.
Inflation reduction bill.
Okay,
Thank
but
you.
what? Yeah, right. But these people used to pay 90% taxes. We didn't have billionaires and zillionaires and all that in this country. They used to pay 90%, then it went to 70%, then it went to 50%, then it went to 28%.
Do I have 20, 20, 24, 25, 20, do you hear 10, do you hear 5, do you hear 4, do you hear 3? Come on now, we can get it down to, it is. That's the direction they're going in.
Yeah.
Because it's a burden upon the corporations. And remember, my friend, corporations are people too. Yeah, fuck you in that idea.
That's what they want us to think.
Let me thank out a big thank you to Maria Betancourt, who just came in with $10 donation. But more importantly, she said, every country in Europe except England has free college or government subsidized education. We are 37th in the world of education. 37th.
I believe it.
We're not the top anymore, baby. As a matter of fact, I don't think we ever were.
No, I don't think so either.
And let me give Maria big thank you. It's when we discovered that, hey, education's money, baby. It's a business. And they started treating it more like a business than it is the education of our youth. That's more important. You have business going in here. You got to get them diplomas cranking out there, baby. And, we got to get all these student loans. We got to get, it all impacts our society. We just passed over a $700 billion defense bill. Yeah. How much we put in on education? Yeah, not that much, baby, I guarantee you.
Yeah, but you know what? Joe Biden lowered the debt, too. Everybody got to realize that. The debt's going to be lowered, too.
And you would think the Republicans, because they always worry about the debt, would be tickled to death with that. No, not so much. No.
Oh, John.
It's what we do every time, Sam, man. Every time a fucking Republican comes in, a Democrat has to come in and clean up the shit. That's what happens every time.
Yeah, but they can't stay in office. They can't stay in power long enough to clean it all up. That's the problem.
Obama did. And I'm thinking maybe Joe has a good shot at doing the same thing. Look at the run he's been on. They keep trying to badmouth Joe, Joe, but man, he's got a record going here. Huh?
Did you see the jobs report come?
Yes, I did.
Out? It was misleading. He added 2 million jobs since January. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
They miscalculated. He added 2 million jobs.
Unemployment is at its lowest. The employment rate is the highest it's been in 40 years. People are going back to work. The inflation is still high, and it will be for a little while because, why? In my opinion, just good old-fashioned greed. You get prices up. They love that shit, but bringing them back down, we'll take our time because they want to soak as much profit out of it as they can. With shrinkflation, instead of 10 ounces of something, they give you 8. There's ways.
They're complaining about the workforce.
Huh?
The workforce. They complaining about the workforce. People ain't going to work for nothing.
Well,
they're tired of going to work for nothing.
They're trying to push the 15-hour minimum wage, and it should be. How much? Even at $15 an hour, you're not getting rich, baby. You might make your bills. You might not. Depends on how you spend. A lot of it, you have to watch your P's and Q's when you got less money. But, nobody should have to work for starving wages. Nobody should be under the poverty level if you're working.
And, John, the reason why they worried about the IRS agents coming, because most of them on the Republican side, they done got all kind of money that they ain't claiming.
Yeah. Where'd they learn that shit from? I wonder. I don't know. Right now, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow to see what kind of information that we can get out of the affidavit tomorrow. But I don't think it's going to be much. I really don't.
Did you say earlier that somebody had already seen it?
I'm sorry. What was
Did
that?
you say earlier that somebody had already seen it?
I think somebody said that they had seen 9 pages of it. Now, I have not if it had been released. Now, they can release it at any time between now and noon tomorrow. That's the judge says it's got to be released by noon tomorrow, but DOJ's already done with redacting. They could release it anytime they want now.
Yeah, but after
there.
they
I'm ready
get
to
done
read it.
redacting, what's left?
And then yeah, that's more or less what I'm expecting to see is a lot of, and then and, nothing but redacted, but I'm glad of that. I'm glad. I don't want Donnie the dickhead over there finding out exactly who's been talking or where the investigation or who else is going to get arrested. No, Donnie would be crying victim all the way. Well, he does anyway, but
Well,
he probably would go after him some way. I don't know how, but he would go after him if he knew their names.
He done threatened them already. He threatened Merlin Gardner already.
Yes, he has.
He threatened him.
Donnie has threatened.
Yeah, he threatened him already.
How can they do that without getting arrested? Years ago, if you said, I'm going to kill you, you'd be in jail.
Donnie threatened the DOJ just the other day, blatantly, in a letter. When Donnie wrote the letter talking about, I'm hearing that the country is very angry, and what can I do to help bring down the heat? In that letter, when he's talking about, he's hearing from sources around the country that that people are angry about the search at Mar-a-Lago. It's like a mobster going, hey, nice country you got here. Yeah, be ashamed something happened, It's exactly what he's saying. He is saying that he's hearing that the people in the streets are angry over it. And yeah, they are, because he's egging them on. And he has selective hearing. This is going to come to a head this Saturday for me, personally, as a matter of fact. Beto O'Rourke, oh, by the way, this guy, Beto O'Rourke, running for governor here in Texas. There's his thing. If you can do a 2 for Blue, if you can donate to Beto, he needs it, and we need it, and we need him for Texas. Anyway, Beto O'Rourke is going to be here in Corpus on Saturday, and I am planning on going. And then today we found out that there is a very large Second Amendment protest that is going to be going on in the parking lot next to the facility where
of course there is.
Of course they are. And we saw an ad for it, and they're telling people, bring your Second Amendment. And so, yeah, they want a bunch of people out in the parking lot there showing off their weapons and when Beto's trying to speak. Because that's all they give a fuck about Texas, is they get to have a gun. That's it. They don't give a fuck about anybody in Texas. They don't give a shit about anything else in Texas but their right to own that gun. That is the only freaking reason they even live, breathe. That gun is more important than their family, more important than their job. It is the most, if they could get their pecker in the barrel, and I'm sure some of them just might,
so they got to wave their dicks around is what you're saying.
It would be their lover. That's all they give a shit about. You think they're out there speaking about education in the state of Texas? No. They're not talking about any other subject except, I need my gun. I just can't do without my gun. I'd go crazy. It's the most sexiest thing in my life. I have to grease her up and put a little Vaseline on there. But if I work real hard and put my pecker in a pencil sharpener, that's who's going to be there.
They're scared.
And I am sure that y'all will see part of that because I'm going to be there with the camera. And if you don't think I'm going to take the fucking opportunity to turn that camera right there, looking with them in the background, talking about their little tiny peckers, well, shit, just watch and see.
All I say is be careful.
Yeah, don't let them shoot you, John.
It's it is a concern. The family is concerned about me going to this event because I'm visible and I got this beard, and everybody says, "Oh, there he is."
You reckon there he is?
I could shave it off and go incognito, but I'm not gonna do that, baby. I'm not afraid of them or anybody else. I'm just not. Your gun is not going to intimidate me a one fucking bit, not one.
Yeah, but without that gun, you would intimidate them. Without that gun, you would be to
without the gun.
Yeah, but these fools will shoot unarmed people.
I don't play that shit. Homie,
It's
don't play
because they
that
don't
shit.
like you. They'll shoot you.
Yeah. Oh, I'll leg their ass on.
See?
What are you going to do with the gun? Are you going to shoot me? Is that what your plan is? That's what I did to the idiot
Yeah.
out here on my street when the cop was right there. What are you going to do with the gun? What do you got plans for that
Yeah.
gun? You want to shoot me with it, don't you? You just wish you. Yeah. Fuck you. Make a move, asshole. Make a move. It might be your last.
Yeah.
Make a move. No, I don't. Like I said earlier in the show, John doesn't do anything easy.
Yeah.
I don't. It's my habit of life.
Hey, John, I wanted to get back to your story.
What story?
Was you at LTI in Louisiana?
Yes, sir, I was. Louisiana Training Institution for Boys, 1967 and
Yeah,
1969.
yeah. They been.
I'm
shut
alumni.
that down. I just wanted you to know I live here. They done been shut that down.
Yeah, it needed to be
Now
shut down
you know
a long
where they
time ago.
sending them.
Huh.
You know where they sending them now?
Where?
To Angola.
Oh,
Angola.
yes, I heard that they had a youth facility at Angola. Ain't that fucking smart? Ain't that smart?
Is Angola a prison?
Angola's the
Yes.
world.
Oh,
It's the prison,
baddest
baby.
prison.
It's the prison.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah,
So.
Angola's not good news, baby. Ain't nobody escaping from there. You can get out the gate, you can go on, but it's in the middle of a fucking swamp. You ain't going nowhere.
That's where you turn an apprentice into a
it's a very
full-fledged
bad.
criminal.
It's a very bad place, and that we could do better is a thing all
Yeah,
my
but-
life, because when I was there in LTI in Sam, man, I guess you know what I'm talking about. There wasn't
I
a day
know
you didn't
exactly.
work the fields and
I
get your
lived
ass beat.
around there.
The sport for
I
the
lived
guards
around
was to
there,
get
I know.
two kids to fight out in the field, and
Yeah.
they ain't gonna stop it,
Yeah.
baby. It's whoever fucking is still standing. That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It was
that's how
it was
it
a horrible
was.
fucking place, and
I know.
yeah.
It sounds like my high
I
school.
know.
When I went to
Oh,
high school, the seniors would pick out 2 freshman men or boys, whatever you want to call them, and after school they'd make us fight. The seniors.
Well, this was
It was hazing
these
in
were
high
some
school.
pretty serious fights. These were a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
we had
John.
to get out there
there
and
was
fist
usually
fight. I
a
mean,
lot
they
of
had to
blood involved,
hurt each other.
and somebody usually ends up laying on the ground,
John,
not being able to get
when
up.
you was down here in the '60s, I remember that too. You couldn't. The white people had to ride in front of the bus. I don't know if you ever.
Oh yeah, no,
knew that or not.
there were no blacks
over
at
here.
my institution. No, that was enough. They sent black Americans to another place, which I can only freaking imagine. I can only imagine what that
they
place was
probably
like.
Killed them. Well, they probably killed them.
Well,
They probably killed.
I would. There were that. It's yeah, it was a bad place that needed to be shut down and burned to the fucking ground for my taste.
Yeah, now they sending them to Angola. That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense
that makes
too.
a lot of sense. Oh, what I was
They
going to
gonna
say is
send-
about LTI
But you know what though?
is that's where the state sent orphans. So if you were orphaned for whatever reason, your mama run off and left you, or your mama died, or whatever, the state would take you and they
That's
take you.
it.
They had kids in there from 6 years on all the way up to 18 years old. After 18, your ass goes to Angola, and they would intermix.
That's how it was. It was.
And
it was
what
a
are you doing to
factory
those 6,
of
7,
slave
8-year-old
labor.
kids? It was slave labor. It was every bit of it.
It was. That's what it
Oh
was.
shit!
Did they have
Yeah.
a
It's
cotton
still
field?
slave labor. It's still slave labor,
We
John.
didn't have cotton. We had tomatoes, we had green beans, we had onions, we had peppers, carrots. We grew food.
They grow it at Angola too.
Yeah, you grow
Yeah,
a lot
is
of
that
food.
where-
They grow it
is
too.
Angola
Everybody's
in
take care of it.
Texas?
Yeah, you gonna grow your own food.
It's
Is Angola in Texas or Louisiana?
Angola's in Louisiana.
Okay.
Anyway,
Because a guy that I know went to a prison in Texas, and he had to work the cotton fields and everything there. He worked out on the fields every day.
that's his
But
place.
I don't know where the prison was in Texas.
That's what this place was.
That
when I
was
there.
slavery.
It
But
was
John, the reason why they sending these kids to Angola, now these are the ones 17, 16 years old out there killing people with guns. And they don't have
it's
nowhere to house them
world
no more.
nowadays, brother. It's a more violent world nowadays. But we we have to accept the responsibility for that too. Proliferation of guns in this country. Are you shitting me? Everybody's got a gun. Are you shitting me? Come on, man. It's the national pastime. And that's what's going to show up Saturday.
I hate to see that bumper sticker on almost all the cars that says "Don't threat on me, man," and then a Trump sticker.
That used to be a good thing. Now it's a bad thing. They stole a good slogan from the Revolutionary War.
They want to appropriate anything that makes them look like they're patriots, and they pull that from the Revolutionary War.
Absolutely.
And they want to use it as "Don't tread on me, fuck you, I'll stomp all over your ass." You know, this is my country, buddy. Yeah, that's what I like. This is my fucking country. I serve this fucking country. So don't come around here talking about Civil War bullshit. That pisses me off, that whole fucking thing. Who are you going to shoot? Bubba's Backyard Brigade going to get together with their guns and go do what? Go do what? You bunch of freaking idiots. Idiots.
That's what they want to kill their neighbor.
Okay, that's exactly what it is. And don't we call that murder in this country? Do we not call that murder?
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly what they want to do. And if they try to do that shit, they will be treated just like any other murder in this country. They will either be shot on sight or arrested, and then maybe we'll fry your ass later. I don't know.
Well,
but at that point, I don't have much sympathy for your ass. So.
What that guy out there that had the land in Montana or Wyoming, and he had that big protest with all on his land, they finally ended up catching him in his car. They almost killed everybody in the car. The feds. I don't remember the name of the guy.
There's a better way to run a world. There's a better way to run a country. We just got to find it, baby. That's what's so hard about this. That's what we're trying to do.
Ready to do.
That's what we're trying to do with who we nominate and who we vote for and how we try to manage this country. Is to make it a better society for all of us. That's what we're trying to do. The other side, they just worried about the rich ass people. Let me send out a good thank you.
And they got the poor ass people. They got the poor ass people worried about the rich.
They want your ass poor, hungry, and needing a job. That's what they want. I want to thank Leanna Geyer, who came in with a $50 super chat donation. Leanna, thank you so much, darling. We appreciate it tremendously. That's not the first time you've done that, darling. So thank you very much. That goes a long way. Pay the bills, baby.
Here is your quote for August
and buy cat
25th
food, which I have an increasing need for lately. What?
4 more mouths to feed.
Yes, they do. But I've had trouble. 2 of them had one of their eyes just having a lot of gunk and stuff. But over the last 2 days of keeping a washcloth and going over and over, they're finally all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Don't they use borax and wash their eyes out with borax or something?
I used some Dawn soap and just squirted it right in there and then got a toothbrush. And just,
wow.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Hey.
Gary Spring, you're not wrong, brother. I'm just saying. Sometimes she comes around on purpose when she's... Anyway, it is my fault, Mark. It is my fault. This one here, though. She's my
John,
little... She's too small to be a mama, but she is being a very good mama. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Where are you going? Don't step on the keyboard. All right, I'm going to go see the babies. There she goes. She's being a good mama, and I'm lucky. But we got 3 pretty little babies now in the house. You know how it is when you got babies in the house? Shit. Everybody's happy when you got babies in the house. And,
yeah. The smell of youth.
Oh, they put a smile on my face.
John.
There's times I need that. Yes, Sandman.
I want to ask something about a law that the people can get behind. If you're working in the government and you just wipe your phone out, you need to be convicted and go to jail for something like that.
Yeah. They were told to do that. They were told by the administration.
They did it because they was guilty. They got sheriffs doing it here because he propositioned a woman to either have sex to get a DWI. Come on.
Well,
now.
you know what? Unless they know how to wipe their phone, they can't. You can still get that information.
Yeah, if it went somewhere, there's still a possibility of recovering that information. This whole thing
Unless
has turned
they do
into
military.
It's turned into a big thing about the secure retention of government documents, of government information, and their phones are fucking government information. Now the problem here we go.
Yeah, it don't belong to them. It belongs to government. Issues the phone. It belongs to us.
But
people.
anything.
Just like the minerals in the earth, all this, we're getting screwed, guys.
Oh yeah.
All this belongs to us. We're in there. We
Your mic is overpowering there. Say, man, your mic is overpowering. It kind of breaks you up a little bit. And
anything that's digital is never really deleted.
Yeah.
If it's digital, you can find it somewhere, or you can piece it back together.
Yeah. It was.
Well, we're gonna find out from the J6 committee that the text messages they was looking for the Secret Service and the CIA and all them that disappeared. We're gonna all of a sudden
I don't think
know
CIA,
what they
but
were.
yeah, the Secret Service messages have disappeared, and some of as a matter of fact, I was just reading about some of the material that the National Archives did recover from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, I was too.
From Mar-a-Lago, and some of them were documents that were torn up, and only some of them had been able to been put back together. So you got to think of how little they tore them up, and why.
And they have a computer program to do that, John. If you put pieces of that document on and then photograph it, a computer program will put the rest of it in there.
Let me a big thank you to Keith Thompson, who came in with a $5 donation and said the right-wing nut jobs keep forgetting. Blue dots have weapons too. I'll leave that.
Yes, we do.
I'll leave that right there.
Yes.
It's not the most primary thing in my life, but I have a feeling that the people that I'm going to see on Saturday, that's exactly what it is to them, and it makes Travis nervous to be around that kind of shit, and he's afraid.
Well, I can't say.
A little nervous about me going, but
why don't they give a shit? Why don't they give a shit about their kids?
Oh, there's a whole myriad of things that they could be concerned about. They key in on Beto O'Rourke's statement that he said, "Hell yes, I'm coming to get your AR-15," and I say, "Go for it, baby."
If somebody shot somebody in that crowd, wouldn't it go through several people, not just one? Oh
yes, that's what the bullet is designed to do. To go through several people. To go through several people.
Yeah, that would be a bad deal.
Yes.
They might have one target and kill 15.
It's not,
And you know what?
A popular weapon down here is a 270. You can go buy a 270, 243, 222, 22, 250. Those are hunting rifles. Those are high caliber hunting guns, usually bolt action with a scope on it. You've seen them. Well, the AR-15 shoots a .227. It's the same ammunition. So you can
so
it's
shoot
not
a 223
it's not about for them. It's not about the bullet being able to do its job. It's about the look of the weapon. It's about his balls, his penis. He wants that AR-15 because he didn't join the fucking military, so he wants to play like he's in the military.
Exactly.
And he wants the flak jacket and the helmet, and he wants all the gear to make him look like he's a badass that would protect his country. Well, then go join the fucking military, you little prick. And for those that did and end up in this shit, go back and read your fucking oath again. Anyway.
John, they need to put on TV when the children get shot, when the kids get shot. They need to put that on TV because there's nothing about that. When they get shot,
that would be okay in some ways, but some people couldn't handle watching that kind of violence on TV, and it probably would be very disturbing.
Well, no, they need to. Then they would be the same people that you're saying
For them, they
Watch
wouldn't, you know,
or-
it wouldn't
or,
affect certain parts of our population because
Well,
they're too
for
wrapped up in
me,
it. They're
when
too
there's
wrapped
violence
up
on TV, I turn the TV to another channel. It's over, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because if you watch a horror movie, somebody gets ripped apart. That you know that's not real. When you watch the news, you see somebody get ripped apart. You know that's real.
Yeah.
And that's a
That's
big
life, baby.
difference.
And we
yeah,
need to
but you
change
know
that in
what?
this
That
country.
changes their mind.
And there's only one party in this fucking country that wants to do something about it. The other side is more than willing to flood the streets with more guns, baby. The more guns, the better. Everybody should have a gun. Hell, when you're born, you should be able to be issued a gun. That's the way they think. They think the gun
John.
is all that matters in America. And it's not.
John,
Yeah.
I got one that I'd be willing to turn in a buyback program.
Oh,
I'd be willing to turn
hell,
it in.
yes.
The reason why I'm not going to turn it in is because of these nut jobs.
You gotta make sure
lies
that
the
they don't have
perplexing
what you
question
have.
of what do we do right now? Because just like Keith Thompson just said, they think they're the only ones with guns. No, they're not. They're the only ones that make asses out of themselves constantly and go shoot, you know, look at me, I got it. No, I don't want you to know what the fuck I got. You'll know what I got if you cross my property line. That's when the shit gets real. Do I have guns?
Before they
Hell yes,
voted-
I have guns. Quite a
When,
few.
before the CC laws were in
I've had
place
them all
in
my
the
life.
sta-
They're
in
the same
different
guns.
states.
Most of them I had when I was frickin' 16 years old. You know,
Well, I went up to these guys who wanted to vote for the CC law. They had signs in their trucks and all this stuff. I'd jump right on them and I'd just read the riot act to their ass.
Yeah.
And my friends would say, "You're crazy."
Nowadays,
They
you
already
have to be careful. I do
Yeah.
that, but I do it in a more I try to do it in a more sarcastic way, so they have to think
Hey,
about.
hey.
Did he just tell me
How,
fuck
how
off?
could they get away? How could they get away with walking in Washington D.C., hanging from trees on the January 6th?
There's no way they
shit,
should be able to.
Trump making a speech and people up in trees with AR-15s. That's what I want to know. So, in other
We
words,
all have a lot
this
of questions about
conspiracy
what the
goes
fuck happened
way
that day.
back now. They're gonna have to trace them steps back. They're gonna have to trace them steps back.
Yeah.
It's gonna lead to Mike Flynn's brother that was in charge. Look, this is a big investigation. People just
Oh,
gotta
Lord,
hold their
we-
horses
yeah.
on this
We're nowhere near finding out. I can't wait for January 6th Commission to get back after it.
To
Let me
be
send out
continued.
Let me send out a
John?
couple of thank yous real quick to
Okay.
Pepper Roberts, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "Good night, Blue Dot family. Looking forward to our next meeting." Well, Pepper, thank you very much, and I am looking forward to that. That's a new name. I haven't seen that one before, so thank you very much. And Michael Johnson came in with $2 and said, "I don't have to dress up to be a badass. I am Army." Enough said,
like
baby.
that.
Enough said. I don't have to show you who I am. You'll find out who I am the day you need to be taught that lesson. And I'm an old
John,
man. I'm an old man.
When they were still selling 100
I'm
round
still not
clips.
a guy you really want to fuck with.
When
What do
they
I
were
got to
still
lose?
selling
I'm
100
fucking
round
old.
clips,
Huh?
I was saying that when they were still selling 100 round clips before they banned them, one guy was talking about all this. They were talking about this store that had a whole bunch of them. They're all going to run down there and get them. These guys in their pickup trucks. And I turned around to him and I said, "Hey, I used to be a very, very good shot. You get behind a rock, I'll get behind a rock, and I'll take one shot in my rifle with a scope. And when you pop up, I hear that that you change that clip and try to pop up. You're going to have it. That's all I need is one shot." And they didn't know what to say.
Yeah. No, they want the 100-round clip. They want buddy. They want the bump stock. They want a grenade launcher.
They want to look
They
tough.
want the
But
whole
when
9 yards, baby.
it
You know,
comes
to
to
protect their
action,
country.
They like Donnie. They avoided going serve
They
and all
have
that.
sold
they
their
like
soul
Donnie.
to the devil. They do not follow the Constitution. They don't follow our country. They have given all that shit up. It's all about him, Donnie. That's it. And whatever Donnie wants to do. Well, we've seen what Donnie
Why
wants
would
to
you
do.
die for a man like that?
I wouldn't.
Why?
I wouldn't die for a man
Neither
like
would
that.
I.
I'd
Burn
die
it
for this
down.
country, but
That's
not
what he
let my
stands
life be.
for.
But evidently, there are those in our country that would go that far, and that's why we do have to be careful, because we know we live in a country nowadays where things are dangerous, where the temperature is turned up, and he's turning it up every fucking day. He wants that out there, and
He's threatening the AG.
he's
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Threatening the AG.
he's trying
Yes,
to.
he
I
is.
don't think it's working.
Wait, wait a
I'll
minute.
put my money.
Hey,
I'll
listen,
put my money on
did-
Garland any day of the week, baby.
One at a time, guys.
Any day of the week, I'll put my money on Garland over that jackass. You know.
Yeah, he should be arrested for it, though.
Well.
Hey, y'all, didn't y'all remember they targeted FBI agents? All right, when he said something, now they target.
Yeah, and that guy's dead.
Garland put a target. I could turn the fire down. I mean,
Well, that little
he's
he
put a
wants to
target
help
on
turn
his
the
back.
fire on.
The guy in
That was an
Pennsylvania-
intimidation against Garland. That was an intimidation, not offering help. He was trying to say, "Hey, look at here. Too bad something could happen here."
What did they do
Yeah,
with the
fuck off.
guy? What did they do with the guy? They had a guy in Pennsylvania. They had a guy in Pennsylvania that threatened the FBI. Guess what they done? They went and arrested him.
Yes,
Why they ain't
yeah, I've
arrested
seen that.
Trump?
Yeah, he was running his mouth
I
online.
want to know that. That's the same
And
kind
they
of
went and
threat.
arrested his ass. Good. They need to do that more often. Anyway, I guess we better get ready to wrap it up
Well,
for the
where's
evening.
Donnie at?
Donnie is, I don't know if he's not back at Mar-a-Lago yet. I think he's still up at Bedminster. You know, I think he's still out there every night dumping shit into her coffin. I don't know what he's doing up there.
He's got a
I
stairway built in.
I do
It just
know his
opens
panties
up.
are pretty much in a wad. But that's dangerous for Trump because he's going to lash out. He ain't going to run and hide. He's going to try to motivate his little maggots to come to his aid. Are you shitting me? That's exactly his plan. He wants to encourage a civil war, an uprising. He wants to be that. It's his hero. Like I said, Hitler did it in 23 and lost and came back in 33 and won. So
Before
that's
you go,
what Donnie,
John,
yeah.
I was watching that thing called "What Does Hitler Mean?" What does it mean? And I couldn't believe I started watching that, and I thought, my God, we're living that over again.
If you look at some of the things in history from early 20s to the time when Hitler took over, you could see a whole lot of similarities in Trump's mannerisms, his beliefs, the way he commands, and he does. And if you're a weak little Nazi, you'll follow his ass all the way to the bunker, baby. That's it. That's what he's doing. He comes out and hugs the flag, rubs his pecker on it, and they all go nuts. Are you shitting me? Come on, man.
One thing that scared me the most was they said that in those days psychiatrists had put about every known diagnosis on Hitler, and he didn't really fit any of them. And people were doing that with Trump, and he doesn't really fit any of them.
He is a narcissistic.
We could go for hours on that.
Yeah, there's a list. I guess we ought to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank y'all for coming in and joining us tonight, Miss Chick and DJ.
Say hey, Bernadette. We hope you're having fun.
Really, Bernadette, we miss you, baby. I hope she is having fun. Tammy Ames, what can we say? She's laying on the beach in Hawaii right now. You know, so yes, I hope she has a great time over there. And I know she will. Valerie Wood, thank you for being here, baby. Smart Ass Squad, thank you. Nancy Halverson, Jeff Curry, and Dina Michael, thank you all for being here, for being a part of the conversation, for being a part of what goes on that chat, because it's
always a pleasure.
Always.
It's a pleasure and it's fun.
Mañana, and if everything goes right, it will be Beer and Bud Friday. And I missed last Friday, so I do not intend to miss 2 Fridays in a row, so I will be here tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be on tape or if it's going to be live. That part will have to be played with because I got some shit to deal with again tomorrow. Every day this week has been something. Anyway, I want this week to be over so bad. It's done. Just get it over with. It's killing me. Anyway.
Well, I hope if it's a medical diagnosis that it goes in your favor.
No. All the medical stuff seems to be going well, except for the fact that John can't keep from tearing himself up or some shit. You know, I bleed.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Just anything. I got a big old gash on my goddamn arm there.
Are we gonna have to bubble wrap you? Is
Yeah,
that
that's
we're
what
gonna
Marcia said. Why don't we just get some bubble wrap up and put it around you? She knows me.
Like the kid in
I
Little
hit
Giants.
everything like a. Anyway, John needs to slow down and
Yeah.
take it easy. But yes, Jeanette Miller, that means double beer and bud. That's right. We got to make up for last Friday, so put twice as much beer in the ice and put 2 buds in the bowl. What are they gonna do? Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of this conversation. And we can go from politics to life stories to whatever we talk about here. This is family talk around this table, and so we can drift off in any direction we want. But our main goal, and we do, and I'm glad we see how much y'all learned about John's young life tonight. Damn, he was a criminal. Not really, just kind of do a bunch of shit and paid the price for it. But
I've got 5 years on you. Wait till you get 5 more years on.
yeah, I'm trying, baby. I'm coming up on 70. I'm looking at it in the face like, what are you going to do? Come on. You know.
Yeah, you got a lot go ways to catch up
all
with me.
this
And the
60
number of
shit
times
in the
I've
ass
screwed
now.
myself.
Let's move on. But
Just a spring chicken.
that's right, baby. It's how you
Yeah,
look
that's
at life.
right.
That's what I've always done. Try to make every freaking day the best day you could do, regardless of whether you think might be the last day ever, or I don't know, maybe so, whatever it is. Just try to get that motivation to you to try to make tomorrow just a little bit better than today, and in a lot of cases, that ain't hard to do.
Well, there's a mental me and a physical me, and sometimes the physical me does not obey the mental me.
That's every time I grow, and my wife will be the first one to tell you that John comes with sound effects. Ugh, damn, shit like that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's that.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe to A Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok. We're doing pretty good on TikTok. I put my Naruto run up on TikTok just for fun.
Join the conversation in Discord.
And join the conversation in Discord. And we'll be back here for another. If we're not back here tomorrow live, we'll be back here Sunday for another Blue Dot family meeting. Don't know about tomorrow and how it's going to go. If I get back too late, we'll just do it live. Do it live, damn it! Just do it. That kind of shit. But at any rate, we will be here, baby. And
Be careful. Hang in there.
You bet. You bet. Hell, can't be any worse than yesterday. Shit. Anyway.
Say goodnight, John.
Good night, everybody. I love y'all. Good night. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, all.
Good night, everybody. Take care of yourself, and indeed, try to put a smile on your face, baby. It'll make you feel better, and it'll make the other people wonder what the hell you're up to. At any rate, take care of yourself, and we'll be back here either Friday night, but we'll be definitely back here on Sunday. So y'all take care of yourself.